My skin is already fully prepped. I highly recommend you get your skincare down first, because no matter what type of foundation you buy, concealer, any type of face product, it's not going to look good if your skin prep isn't down. I have a full breakdown on what I use on my skin on my Instagram, Makeup by Anna You. You can check that out, or any other YouTube video if you have a different skin type than me. With that said, I also always highly recommend to get your hair done first, because you never know what types of like volumizing powders, hairsprays they're spraying over you, and it can affect your face makeup if you get your makeup done first. So by getting your hair done first, you can really cleanse the surface of your skin of any of those products that they use, which is going to make the makeup last a lot longer. Let's get started with the makeup. I'm going to first use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer all over my eyelids, just a very thin layer to prime the eyes for eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to go in with a powder puff and a translucent powder. Pick it up like this and work it into the puff. And then with my eyes looking downwards, I'm going to really set that concealer all over the eyes. This will allow for the eyeshadow to blend seamlessly and prevent any creasing. Today, I'm going to use these two palettes, the e.l.f. Matte for Matte Nude Mood and the Milani Gilded Pastel. If you're looking for an amazing drugstore palette, any of these Milani ones are great because the shimmers are super pigmented and the matte eyeshadows are very blendable. I'm going to start off with these two colors in the e.l.f. palette and a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush, working the eyeshadow into the brush bristles, tapping off any excess, and then start by looking down into the mirror and going in windshield wiper motions in the crease. It's important to use a matte eyeshadow in your crease. It will create the dimension, which will look beautiful in pictures. And now I'm gonna go in with a brush that is slightly more pinched at the ferrule. This is gonna allow for more precision in the crease, but still it's fluffy enough to where you can blend. This is the Jaclyn Hill JH35, which is similar to like a Morphe M433 or a MAC 217. And now I'm going to take this color right here, right underneath those two that we first used. Start focusing this more on the outer corner of the eye. Now we're going to go into the Milani palette. We're going to use the shade Super Bloom and Third Date with that same brush. This has a lot of kickback, so don't be intimidated by it, but also make sure you're working it into the bristles once again. And we're going to start right here by the lid area and really buff it, kind of creating like a veil over those first transition colors that we used. And then I'm going to only take the shade Super Bloom and start focusing this on the outer corner of the eye. Now with this shade Meet Cute, it's such a perfect peachy color, and a pencil brush. We're going to focus this on the inner corner of our eye, kind of going back and forth so that it's not too much, and really diffusing it upwards to make your eyes look super bright. Now I'll go in with any black eyeliner you have. I know it's very intimidating, but eyeliner makes the biggest difference no matter how little you use. It's like the picture frame to an eye. So whether you use a dark eyeshadow, a pencil, a gel, a liquid liner, whatever makes you feel comfortable, I feel like incorporating it a little bit will really elevate your look. Always warm the product up on the back of your hand. I'm going to take this Maybelline gel liner. And my favorite eyeliner brush, personally, I know a lot of people have their preferences with like super thin ones or angled ones. This is the Morphe M443 one. I like to pick up the eyeliner like on the body of it so that I can really just stamp it along the lash line. With any eyeliner, always look straight ahead. First, you can look down when you are applying the actual line along your lash line. But then when you want to do the wing, you should always keep your eye open and relaxed. Alright, eyeliner is done and I put on my mascara as well. This was the combo of today. Now we can finally move on to the skin. So, because it's going to be so hot and you're going to be taking pictures outside, you do want to opt for, first of all, a more lightweight moisturizer. So whatever you're using for your skin prep, try not to use, for example, the same one as you use at nighttime, because it can be super emollient and like slippery around your face. If you get oily, I would recommend, I haven't tried many from the drugstore, but I believe e.l.f. has an amazing dupe of this Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas, or you can use a mattifying like setting spray. I believe NYX has a really good one, e.l.f. and L'Oreal. I think they all have great setting sprays. By using a setting spray right now, by using a mattifying setting spray or oil controlling setting spray right now before the foundation, it'll interact first with your skin instead of having to go through the foundation and then mattify. So use that as your first step or skin prep so that we can move on with the foundation next. L'Oreal's foundations are unmatched at the drugstore. So whether you use the True Match Original or the 24-hour Infallible, those are my top favorites. They last beautifully and they're super thin and lightweight on your skin. So I'm going to take this at the back of my hand, distribute it so that it creates a thin layer, just like so. And then I'm going to take my EcoTools face blending brush, first by tapping and then lightly buffing. All foundation is really meant to do is even out the tone of your skin, and you can really pinpoint the coverage with the concealer that you go on using afterwards, which is also going to make your makeup look more natural in person too. Always make sure you get the ears. This will really show in pictures. Okay, this is where we're at so far, and you might be intimidated by like the mess on the outer corner right here, but you can either use a cotton round or micellar water to clean it up, but I kind of want to blend it in with the bronzer and blush, so I left it. Also, I'm sorry, my light died. Now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour wand. This is way more of a bronzer on me, so I like to kind of go heavy-handed with this, and especially because you're gonna be taking pictures, I always recommend using some sort of cream underneath all the powder products. I'm going to use another EcoTools brush. This is the Flawless Coverage brush because it's more dense. I want to keep the product where I applied it. So I'm going to start off by pressing the Halo Glow right on the perimeters of my skin, and then once I come here by the eyes, I will slightly blend it with the eyeshadow too. Now for blush, we are going to use the e.l.f. Dusty Rose or Rosé. We're going to start pressing this on the cheeks, slightly underneath our eyes too, and bringing it along the temple because you really want everything to look seamless, and this is where you can achieve that is with the cream products. A little on the forehead so that it looks all cohesive. Now is when you can decide, okay, do I want to go more dramatic with this look or more natural, bright and pretty glam? If you do want the latter, you would use a bit of a cream eye pencil on your waterline, but I want to add some smokiness to this. So I'm using this LA Girl Shockwave Metallic Eyeliner. Any type of shimmer eyeliner looks beautiful in flash photography. So I'm going to take this, run it along my lower lash line, and it's brown, so it's not going to be super harsh. And to really elevate the look, I'm also going to bring it on the top lash line so that it seals the eyes with the black eyeliner. I'm going to go in with that e.l.f. eyeshadow palette in the first color that we used on the smaller blending brush and really buff it out on the lower lash line. And no, we didn't even use concealer yet because by using all these other products around your face, it's a very back and forth type of approach, but it helps in gauging what your priorities are in terms of what you want to look like. If you want to focus on perfected skin, then probably the eyeshadow or eyeliner will be your last thought. So you probably just want mascara. If you want more of the drama on the eyes because your dress is probably more simple, this is probably the look for you. All right, now we're going to go in with our Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm going to tap this in with my finger very lightly. All right, so we have the creams all blended out, and now we want to go in with the powder. Do not, please be intimidated by powder. You can use it correctly, and it will be to your advantage, I promise, even if you have dry skin. So first take a loose powder. Actually, this is all you need. Pick up your powder just like this, and it will be way too much, and you're going to be like, don't do that. Work it into the puff on the back of your hand so that it's a really thin layer, almost to where you can't see it. You're going to take your brush or your finger and make sure that all the creases are blended out on your under eye and around your nose, most importantly. And keep your eyes looking upwards, and with that prepped puff, now you can go in back and forth motions and really push that powder into your skin to ensure the most long-lasting concealer. And bright under eye, like look at that. I like a more bright under eye, so I like to go in directly with a lighter color right underneath, because if I were to use something that's translucent, it'll kind of set it my skin tone, because whatever powder you use on top of a cream, it'll darken it inevitably. It's like if you mix flour and water. So make sure you're putting pressure underneath in those creases so that you're not letting that concealer move around. Now I'm going to use my Laguna bronzer from NARS. I'm going to go in with this Makeup Revolution palette and mix in this color and one of these two and focus it on the top of the cheek. And I don't mind that this is matte because I'm going to go in with a ton of setting spray. Now, setting spray, we're going to use the Makeup Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray, Ultra Matte Finish with aloe vera and vitamin E. And keep your face relaxed with no facial expressions so that nothing creases. Kind of set your lips because this is also going to ensure that, first of all, your lip color looks like the actual lip color that you bought. And second of all, it's matte, so it'll last a long time. I'm going to use my Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. All right, I added the lip liner and my final lipstick. This is the Maybelline Ultimate More Blonde, please, on the center of my lips. This is so matte, so you got to be really careful with it. And if your lips are not properly moisturized, like in the beginning of your routine, it's just going to be a dry, crusty mess. My next option would be their ink crayons. Those are amazing. Matte, but not as, you know, drying as these. But the reason that I use this is because if your lips are properly hydrated, this will last so well. And it's like super compact. And this is the finished look. I want to show you, this is with natural lighting. It's a very like filtered, soft glam type of look, but you've got the contrast with the eyeliner, very monochromatic with the blush and the eyeshadow. And let me show you now with a light. Give it a second. It's so beautiful. This makes me look a little bit washed out, but from afar, I absolutely love the way it came out. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this gave you some inspo for your prom makeup. Please do not be afraid to try different things. Practice it, it washes off, and see what makes you feel most confident because that's the most important thing. I will be creating more prom looks, so be sure to subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.